taking on the Timberwolves. For the Portland Trailblazers, they've captured 5th place in the West, hoping to advance that position as they go down the stretch. Timberwolves, Blazers. Tip-off coming right up. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. A chance here to rank the top rookies in the NBA. The race for the Rookie of the Year. How about these guys, huh? What a group. Well, you look at Culver. While not in the top 5 currently, he's definitely on the radar screen, and he's been playing some very solid basketball.
And as the Rookie of the Year race has taken shape here, these are the young players who are really standing out as the best of that freshman crop.
And you know what? The talent they have undeniable. And the more they've gotten used to the demands of life in the NBA, the better they've gotten.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, if you ask Karl Anthony Towns, his greatest strength is his versatility. He said, "My dad taught it to me at a young age. It's made my transition at every step of my career comfortable, having the fundamentals and foundation. I don't limit myself. I try to be great at all skills." Kevin?
Yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. Well, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win. And being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Johnson. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Culver, and it's Russell in at the 1. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. Lillard with the bucket.
I like when Lillard gets a little tricky with it. Outstanding at measuring the floater and dropping it in.
Here's Russell. Passes it to Culver. Beasley against McCollum. Beasley kicks to Russell. Clock at 6. Goes up on the wing. Rebounded by Anthony. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
And stolen by Whiteside. Launches it. Kept alive.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Culver with it. Anthony on him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined. But in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
And he makes the first. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
Now here's McCollum, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando. Over Beasley. McCollum, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Culver. And no good that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum with the ball. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. The Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys. Boy, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
That's good from Anthony.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Both free throws good from Anthony. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Russell looking around. Johnson outside. Back to Russell. Stolen by McCollum. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Russell. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now, here is Russell. 20 points for him last game against Denver. Towns, the pass to Beasley. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Russell. Shoots over Lillard. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And stolen by Russell. And Towns throws it down.
And defensively, you've got to be on the lookout for this. I mean, Towns gets up in a hurry now.
Portland leading by 5. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Three-pointer, Lillard. That shot, no good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Now, here's Culver. D right on him. Here's Russell. Banked in off the glass.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. It's McCollum on the wing. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Culver. Beasley trying to break free. A nice shot by Culver.
And how about the balance there from Culver? Really good at staying in control despite the D being all over.
For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. The 11-footer and the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 9.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
Now Russell. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Right side against Towns. Out to Russell. Second chance shot. Portland grabs the miss. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Now here's Beasley following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Beasley, the pass to Russell. Now here's Culver. He's guarded by McCollum. The pass to Culver. 4 on the clock. Over McCollum. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
And he gets it back. Lillard outside. Three-pointer. The Trailblazers rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
You know, guys, you got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player. Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Now here's Anthony. He had 16 points in the win against Orlando.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. From deep three-point range. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7. Now the Timberwolves with it. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Ariza. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Beasley dishes to Culver. To the inside, and stolen by Whiteside. Moving it up. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Ariza. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Blazers?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's Beasley following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it back. Here's Towns, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Here's McCollum. And Layman pulls it down.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
On its way from Beasley for 2, and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Anthony finds McCollum. Misses off the right iron.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Taken away by Anthony. Lillard attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 11 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much, and a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
Here's Azania following the score by Damian Lillard. Azania, the pass to Whiteside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. He's off on the second.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Inside, it's deflected. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And the basket by Okogie. Okogie's got 5 now.
Outstanding vision, plus the height of Towns allows him to see over defenders.
Portland trailing here. And here is Crabbe. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Towns is doubled. Got a piece of it.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Okogie misses.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
To the wing on the left. Here's Simons. But they get it back. Nurkic finds Hood. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team scoring leaders. The Trailblazers third.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Pass to Layman. Here's Crabbe. Towns at the elbow. Tries from 7. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night. And a wide open look for Hood. A three-pointer is right on target.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's a minute 40 left here in the opening quarter. Towns down low. He's guarded by Nurkic. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Outside Hood. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Whiteside over Crabbe and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Trailblazers have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
You know, their percentage has dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Here's Okogie. 5 points in the game. Spellman, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
That one is off. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Collins is checked in. Good on the second free throw. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Simons. Minnesota with the rebound. Grab the pass to Okogie. From deep. Allen Crabbe, and that's good. Crabbe's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
And sometimes it seems as though Crabbe likes taking these contested shots, almost like it's a challenge he enjoys and looks forward to.
Here's Simons. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Pass to Azania. Pass to Simons. Whiteside with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Just hasn't found his form at the line here in the first half.
And he's really looked uncomfortable up there the whole time. And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone on the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Then it's Hazonia. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. But he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Now here's Hood. Here's Nurkic. Out to Hood. Launches a 3. Cans it from downtown. Hood's got 8 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Russell passes to Spellman. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20-25-5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
Here's Azania after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. The pass to Simons. Here's Collins. A second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Collins has got his first basket of the night.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. He feeds it to Collins.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
For the Trailblazers, Trevor Ariza's checked in for Mario Hezonja. McCollum comes in for Hood, and it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simmons. Timberwolves also changing it up. Johnson, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Culver comes in for Crabbe, and it's Malik Beasley in for Josh Okogie. Russell against Lillard. Russell passes to Beasley. Back to Russell. Clock at 6.
Despite the wiry frame, taking it up strong inside, and D'Angelo will get free throws.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Free throw good, Russell.
You know, D'Angelo Russell, to his credit, made the most of the move to Brooklyn. You know, he was dumped by the Lakers in 2017 in a trade to create cap space and ended up being selected to his first All-Star game in 19.
He hits both from the stripe. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. McCollum outside. He dishes it to Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Russell against McCollum. Pass to Spellman. 6 on the shot clock. Wants to get it to Beasley and does. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Trailblazers. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Russell against Lillard. Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got his first basket.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here is Russell. 8 points for him. From 10 feet out, Ariza with the rebound. Portland leading by 3. McCollum right side. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Russell with it. Pass to Culver. Now Russell puts it up from 12. Collins grabs the miss. Lillard scanning the floor. Off target from outside.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Beasley, the pass to Johnson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Now, here is Russell. After the miss from Damian Lillard, Johnson's shot is off.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Culver passes to Spellman. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession. And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now, here is Russell. 8 points for him. Passes it to Culver. Here's Spellman. Shoots over Nurkic. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
You look at Beasley. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going. And, boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shot's now starting to fall.
Portland leading. Now McCollum, 6 points for him. Three-pointer, Lillard. And Culver pulls it down.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Beasley inside. He's guarded by McCollum. Johnson's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage, that was worth the price of admission. And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Now, here is Russell. 10 points for him. And the pass to Spellman. Back to Beasley. Just 5 to shoot. Anthony with the block. Here's Ariza. And it's blocked.
And great positioning there from Culver. That's what allowed him to get the block. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Amari Spellman. And Jake Layman subbed in for Beasley. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
To the left side wing. A shot by Culver. Nobody around. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Portland leading by 5. Here's Ariza. Good on the triple. Ariza's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Got to respect the long-range shooting of Ariza now, a capable shooter from downtown. Watch out.
Russell against Lillard to the wing right side. Outside, Towns. Back to Russell. Over Lillard. And Russell gets it to go on the assist by Towns. That's 12 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Portland's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. They get a hand on it. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And Johnson with the stuff.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 4. McCollum outside. Drops one in from the wing. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Lillard against Russell. Here's Towns. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Nurkic.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Timberwolves trail by 6.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Now here's Johnson. His last outing, 16 points for him. Lillard outside. From 12 feet out. Good as the jump shot falls. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
For the Trailblazers, Mario Hezonja is checked in for Anthony. Rodney Hood comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Minnesota, Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Johnson. Alan Crabb comes in for Culver. And Okogie subbed in for Russell. Here's Crabb. Portland grabs the miss. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Simons. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Zach Collins checked in for Nurkic. Now here's Lillard. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And you know what? In that last game, he was also all over the place on defense, mucking up the passing lanes and getting all kinds of steals, too.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going into the break with a 10-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah.
So big.
Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 15 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
I think they're giving this game away because of their turnovers. I mean, you may not control everything that happens out there, but you do control how much you value each possession. I think coming out of the break, they need to be more efficient to close the gap in the score.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Checking out the group now for Ryan Saunders to start the second half. James Johnson is out there with Towns. Then it's Russell. Then it's Culver. And it's Beasley in at the 2. Now here's Culver. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. 10 points for Jarrett Culver.
And for me, guys, this is an area that Culver should utilize more often, showing off that incredible feel with the jumper.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Lillard outside. Now here's Culver, the fast break chance. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Culver's got 12 in the game.
And I love the rhythm Culver plays with. It's what helps him create the space to knock these shots down.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Lillard over Johnson. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Out left to the wing. Back to Beasley. From the arc. Good D by McCollum.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Good work there as it goes. Ariza's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the young Timberwolves head coach Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And that one misses.
And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside, Russell. Pass to Towns. Over Whiteside. And it's Towns missing.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
And the basket by McCollum.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
Russell against Lillard. Trying to get open is Johnson. And Russell gets it to go. Russell's got 14.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's McCollum after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Russell. And Lillard throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Trailblazers leading by 6. He kicks to Whiteside. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Back to Whiteside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 4 assists now tonight. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Russell against Lillard. Beasley outside. Back to Russell. And Anthony sends it back. And he recovers it. Clock at 2. Russell kicks to Beasley. And it's off from three-point range. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. Reeves it dishes to Whiteside. Portland moving the ball around. Cullen passes to Lillard. From downtown. Here's Anthony. Got a hand on it. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Lillard the pass to Ariza. Culver with the steal. Kicks to Russell. Top of the key. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Russell's got 16 points.
Boy, Russell loves to take and make these quick trigger shots. Plays with a nice rhythm and flow to his game.
Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Ariza outside. Over Culver. Ariza with the bucket. He has 7.
Boy, you look at the defense, not nearly the hustle or energy at that end of the floor. It's the exact opposite of what it was in the first half.
Now, here's Culver. 12 points for him. The 3. Rebounded by McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anthony can't hit.
And what a struggle it has been, yet to convert a single shot from the field.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Last season, it seemed like Towns recommitted himself on the defensive end after facing some pretty significant criticism in that department.
You know, he looked like he was playing with a chip on his shoulder defensively. Towns has always had the capability to be a fantastic defender, and I'm really glad that he's focusing on that part of his game as an area to improve.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
The free throw drops for Towns. And the last 2 years, Karl Anthony Towns getting a rap as a bad defender. Clark, you think that's fair to say?
You know what, Kevin? I don't think it's as fair as it once was. He's not nearly the defensive liability he used to be. He's better defensively one-on-one, and I think he's improved in his ability to switch and rotate on smaller players.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And McCollum with the slam.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
And stolen by Hezonja. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Now here's Hood, guarded closely. It's McCollum on the wing. Over Russell. And the basket by McCollum. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Now here's Culver. By Hood. The drive by Russell. That one off the back iron and out.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Simons, he's checked in for McCollum. Minnesota also making some changes. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Towns. Allen Crabbe comes in for Culver. And Okogie subbed in for Russell.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Pass to Layman. Back to Crabbe. Here's Spellman. He's guarded by Nurkic. Sinks the three-pointer. Layman's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
And now, here's Hezonja. Defense right on him. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Thursday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for that matchup against the Nets, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
That's good from Hezonja.
Boy, Hezonja, gotta love him. I mean, he's a fantastic two-guard with great size.
Good on both. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Okogie. He has 7. Over to the left wing. Here's Hernangomez. No good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Here's Okogie. Portland making their last shot. Passes it to Spellman. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
All right, a chance to see some stats for Rodney Hood. How his last 10 games have gone. He's getting around 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Okogie. And there's the pass to Spellman. Over Collins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
And now here's Hazonia. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that had the most second chance points on the season. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
Beasley's checked in for Josh Okogie. And here's Beasley. 5 points in the game. Pass to Crabbe. 6 to shoot. Beasley finds Hernan Gomez. Rebounded by Hood.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Nurkic.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's Lehman in the corner. Beasley outside. 5 to shoot. Another miss by Minnesota. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on an 11-3 run. Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Over Hernan Gomez. Out to Hood. From outside the arc. But they'll get another chance.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Now here's Beasley. He has 5. And the rejection by Collins. Trailblazers leading by 10. Hazonia with the ball. Collins, good.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Beasley outside. The shot by Lehman, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And now here's Hazonia. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, Hazonia has no fear at all. Not afraid of the contact when he's going to the shot.
Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Culver's checked in for Minnesota. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard with it. Beasley covering. Pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 6 assists in the game.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Here's Spellman. Shoots over Nurkic. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Trailblazers out in front, up by 15. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the floor for Portland, Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Nurkic is out there with Hazonia, and it's Whiteside in at the 5.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now, here's Culver. Now, Hernan Gomez. To the left side wing. Culver's shot is off. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
No good from Hernan Gomez. Portland leading by 19 points. Here's Hazonia. Offensive rebound. Whiteside. And that one good.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on the championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
He hits the second from the line. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Timberwolves trail by 20. Outside, Russell. It's Beasley on the wing. Looking to get it going. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Shoot 2.
Free throw, good, Beasley. And he makes the first but misses the second. Trailblazers leading by 19 points. Lillard outside. Ariza outside. He kicks it to McCollum. Feeds to Whiteside. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. A nice shot by Culver.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Lillard against Russell. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Here's McCollum. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And credit the aggressiveness there. I love it whenever Culver is looking to score. It focuses the defense on him and still able to get the job done. And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Portland leading by 17. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
An impressive all-around player. Culver passes the ball well for a guy at that position.
Free throw good, Hernan Gomez. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. To the paint. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now, here's Lillard after D'Angelo Russell's miss.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And Culver's been aggressive as well, and his shot is going down with consistency.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. McCollum outside. Lillard attacking. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. It's a 14-point game.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
He misses the free throw. James Johnson's checked in for the Timberwolves. And the second free throw, good.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Lillard outside. The feed to Anthony. Excellent D there from Beasley. Timberwolves trail by 13. Russell kicks to Beasley. Offline with his 3.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Johnson with the block. And Beasley, here we go. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Just a beautiful read by the former Buckeye Russell. So gifted at making those decisions.
Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Towns. The pass to Russell. Clock at 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one's on Anthony.
You know, early in in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And beginning his career at the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
And the first one at the line is good. And a 2019 All-Star appearance for D'Angelo Russell, the Nets' first representative in half a decade.
Yeah, and it's been his most efficient season yet. Remember now, he only played a year at The Ohio State University, so a young player, but he's really taken his game up a notch, scoring and playmaking at a high rate. That validation of being an All-Star, terrific for Russell's confidence.
It's Ariza on the wing. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
You know, Ariza offers his team invaluable experience. He's a natural leader who his teammates look up to.
And it's Johnson with the jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. McCollum with the ball. Beasley covering. Russell against McCollum. Lillard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 26 points for Damian Lillard. Now here's Culver. Ariza covering. Culver passes to Towns. Passes to Russell. And he banks in the layup. Russell's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Lillard over Beasley. Here's Whiteside, and the rejection by Towns. And that one is good. Timberwolves trail by 12. Outside, Russell. Towns up top. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Tell you what, you don't expect the center to attack off the bounce like this. I mean, Towns caught the defense off guard.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Now a timeout called by Portland. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. His point to them was that they've put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now here's Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, you look at Towns, and he's very good in the in-between game. Can knock those shots down consistent.
Lillard, the pass to Ariza. McCollum with the ball. And another 3 for Portland.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 13. Left side, Towns. Over Whiteside. And it's Towns missing.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Timberwolves trail by 13. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Free throw good, Russell.
And he's made more of an effort here to put pressure on the defense in the second half and create some contact and free throw opportunities.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Now, here's Lillard. Floats one up, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Towns. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
Beasley against McCollum. The lead now cut to single digits. 11 points for Beasley.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Now here's Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. No good on the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Beasley finds Towns, and Towns throws it down.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
Portland's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Now a timeout called by Portland. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Anthony kicks to Ariza. McCollum against Beasley. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Goes back up. And Nurkic lays it in. Nurkic has got 5 points now this quarter.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backcourt. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession. Almost like they were just giving up on the play.
Greg, I love his ability to carry his team for long stretches in games. And we're right now in one of those stretches. He's been doing this for a couple of games in a row now, so he's rolling.
Now here's Lillard. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Lillard outside. Minnesota with the rebound. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Culver. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And that's now 20 points for Jarrett Culver.
And there's an example of Culver's improved upper body strength. Defenses are going to try to be physical with the young man.
Here is Lillard. 1:22 left in the 4th quarter. Here's McCollum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 25 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now here's Towns. Nurkic with the block. Lillard with it. And McCollum with the slam.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Trailblazers.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Damian Lillard.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
McCollum outside. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. Did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.